Hello everybody, it is I, Granorite, and here we are back with another episode of Let's Play Assassin's Creed. We're going to go and do the optional secret auditory family crypt here in Monteregion, which is through this door. This will start out our episode for today, and then we will go do the crypt over, or the other assassin's tomb over in Florence. So, explore the auditory family crypt. We have something here. What's this? I was raised in a small house by a Venetian lagoon, within sight of rough foam-capped waves of the sea. When I was barely old enough to walk, I became a sailor, navigating the Atlantic first as an apprentice, and then while carrying cargo for my father's patron, Messer Marco Polo. It was a good life. So we get a story here at the same time. Looks like we need to go this way. Oh. Get up here. And we go. One day, while ashore in the harbor looking for work, I fell in love. She was barely 20, but when I looked into her eyes, the whole world was reflected back, clear and brighter than the sun. After that, I went to sea, but my heart remained on land with the girl, who had become my wife and our young son. So we get a little bit of story. One afternoon that summer, Messer Polo called me into his study. My father was already there, beside an older man dressed in a strange hooded cape watching us. At that very moment, everything about my life changed. My father told me he was an assassin. Removing his ring, he showed me the strange mark on his finger, explaining that our family came from an ancient order that protected and defended mankind. He paused, and then, when I didn't speak, Messer Polo stepped forward. He told me that the stranger in the hood would teach me, and in return I would carry him across the Mediterranean to Spain. And so began my apprenticeship with Dante Alighieri, one that was to destroy every bit of happiness I would ever have. So we gotta switch here. It opens the gate way over there, so I'm guessing we're timed. Yeah, you can see the timer there running. So we make sure we don't dawdle. Oh, no. You were supposed to jump over to the other platform. Well, swim back we will. Alright, well, let's try again. There we go. Hoop, hoop. Around this way, then onto here, then onto here, and then onto here. No, why did you just jump past it? It's you. Come on now. It was literally right in front of you. Let's try again. This is the issue that I always seem to have with Assassin's Creed games. The assassins are the stupidest things on the planet when you need them to go in a certain direction. And there we made it. Alright. In preparation for our voyage, Messer Alighieri met with me repeatedly. At first, our meetings were about purchasing supplies, but they soon became about higher things, about life, love, honor, and justice. He taught me that society was set up in such a way to control its members, to stop us from thinking, from seeing. Soon I could look past the laws and all the laws and illusions. I understood that mankind was being used by its rulers, that we, the people, deserve freedom. It was then that Dante began showing me pages from a book that Messer Polo had brought back from the palace of the great Genghis Khan. The manuscript, the Codex, was about our order, the Assassins. Ooh, barely made that one. Okay. Where do I start my run up? Oh, I needed to wall jump there again too, didn't I? Well. Can I get out of here? There we go. Boy. This one's gonna be a pain in the butt. Alright, there we go there. No! Jump back. Keep going. I think we made it. Yeah. Our planned voyage never took place. While returning to Ravenna to pick up the remainder of his belongings, Dante died. Dismayed at the loss of my mentor, I went to inform my father and Messer Polo of the sad news. Before I could even speak, I was ushered into the study, and my father, while his face white, locked the door behind me. Shocked, I listened in silence as he spoke. Dante intended to take the Codex to Spain, where it would be safe. But he was being watched. The enemy of the assassins, the Knights Templar, still existed. He told me stories of how the Templar... I recalled the stories he had told me of the Templars, and it all became clear. Dante had been murdered. The Templars knew about the Codex, and they knew about us. Shaking, my father told me to take the Codex and leave for Spain at once with my wife and child. So up we go. Around, around, and around. And we made it in. We set sail that night, the ship filled with cargo to sell at the markets at Barcelona. At first, all was well. Then, to avoid a coming storm, we laid anchor in the Otranto harbor. Cloaked in darkness, the pirates came. I didn't see them until they were already boarding my ship. I hid with my family in the hold. Pulling out the Codex, I ran the worn leather cover through my hands, then broke the spine. The pages slid silently onto the floor, and I scattered them into the chests, boxes, containers I was carrying to the market. The men who found us were drunk, and I could smell it on their breath. When they asked for the Codex, I knew who had sent them. Holding back my rage, I said I had thrown it overboard. They started to laugh. Two held me down, still grinning, while the rest cut off my wife's clothes. She begged for mercy until her voice gave out. Once they were done, they threw her into the sea. They took my cargo, sunk my ship, and left me adrift, clinging to a piece of railing. I made it to the beach with my son. My wife's body washed up on shore the next morning with the tide. All these timed ones. Ugh. Alright, so we need to go across there. And then up, around, and into there. Okay. Well. That was a fail. Let's try this again. Come on. Oh my gosh. This side. You can do this, Ezio. You kinda have to. Okay, well, what was the point of that? Oh, still made it. I never saw the sea again. Making my way to Florence, I rented a small room and then visited the bank. I had memorized Polo's account number. With the vast sum I now had at my disposal, I went to Venice in disguise to find my father. I returned to Florence the next day. Both Polo and my father were already dead. From that moment forward, I collected treatises on horticulture, studied the classics, and took vocal lessons. I adopted the name Auditore, impersonating a noble at the Florentine court. Accepted as one of their own, I took on the trappings of nobility and constructed this villa for me and my son. And then I hunted them. I raised my son to fight, to find the Codex, and to kill Templars. Together, we would regain the honor of my wife and avenge the death of my father. Two debts that could never be repaid. To the auditory that reads this, remember, you are not a nobleman. You are not one of the deceivers. You are one of the people. Avenge us. And here we have the door. Alright, so we have some money in here. That we will collect. Let me get a nice 2,000 florins for coming through here. And then out the door. Which will give us another 3,000. Very nice. And it shows that we come out of the crypt right outside town. On the backside, I do believe. Yeah, so we're a little ways away. We can get a horse over here, I do believe. Maybe not. Well, we will run back around. I'll cut this out until we get back to the villa, so we'll be right back. Alright, here we are back at the villa, and we're going to collect the money in here. And again, upgrade the town.
Buongiorno. Salute, Ser Ezio. Shall we take a look at the list?
We do have enough to upgrade this, but at the same time, we don't then have enough to travel. So I'm going to do others. We get this tailor upgraded. And then we'll do the art merchant. Then what do I have after that? 4,000. So we can't do anything else. But that's fine.
Buon viaggio!
Alright. So now we're going to go back to Florence, and we're going to do the assassin tomb there.
A great metal work here. Come, friends.
Alright, so we'll go to Florence, and we're going to go to Leonardo's workshop. And then from here, we will just proceed over this way. Along the side of this building. And right here behind these people is another skull to interact with, which will open up a secret door. And inside we go.
Di Grazia, stay away from the artwork on the walls. And when your men paint the dome, take care not to disturb any of the sacred relics in the lanterna on top. They are the most important artifacts in our church.
Yes, yes, Padre. Just make sure to pay us the full sum for our work.
We come out this little pillar here. So this is just one big long puzzle. And we're going to make our way to the top of the inside. And as you can see, it's going to show us where we need to start. If you're always confused where to start, just look for the white to that will signify your where to start the free run sequence. Because that's what they always have the white there for, is to know that you can start a free run sequence there. So we'll head up those little steps there and climb up. And from there, we'll make our way around here. And then we're going to hop over this way. And then hop across here. And onto here. Over. And then across the chandeliers. Onto here. Across this chandelier. And then over this way. When we get to this ledge, this ladder will come down, which will allow us a quick way to get up.
Bene. Now I have a way back up in case I fall.
Yep, a quick way up in case we fall, as he says. So now we're going to head over this way. And head up this. From here, we're going to go across. And then swing onto the chandelier, up on this chandelier, and then up here. From here we'll go onto this chandelier, then over onto this platform, and then up, across, swing onto the chandelier, over to this chandelier, and onto here. Across these lights, up here, and onto this. From here we will swing this way, which will again knock down another ladder in case we fall. And from here, we need to make our way around this and up into the top. So to start that, we're going to jump onto here. Oop. Let's try that again. So to start that, we're going to jump onto here. Always follow the birds in case you're confused where to go. The birds kind of help mark your path. Go up the organ. No, not up the organ. Across this way. Onto this railing. Just making our way around to this bit of scaffolding here. Not scaffolding, wood. That we can climb up. Alright. And then we're going to go this way. Back to this back panel here and climb up this light. Or this window. Up onto this ledge. From here, we'll move across this way. And then we'll swing across this ledge down here. Jump onto this light, and then up onto this window. And climb up again. I think there's a certain spot we have to go up. So we're going to climb around. Yes, you can see there's a kind of a ledge at the bottom of this window. So from here, come over to where they're working. Jump across to here, and then here. We have a ladder here that we can climb up. Oop, and we're on the wrong side of it. There we go. Alright. Up here, we'll hop across these beams. I don't remember why that rubble's there. Yeah, we need to keep coming across. I think it's just there for atmosphere. Because it's here that we need to climb up these bricks. And up onto this beam. And then we'll jump across. Climb up this ladder. Maybe not. Climb up this ladder. And here we are in the tomb. So make sure you just open up the treasure boxes, get a nice little bit of treasure, and then open up, getting the seal. And we get to exit out the window. And that takes care of that. And it shows that we come out way up here on top, by where that feather was. Alright, so from there, we're going to end our episode for today. So hope you all are enjoying, and we'll see you next time.